So, lots of very exciting news. First piece of exciting news, Steph is in Florida. I'm John from Fly 8 Mike Alpha, CFI turned airline pilot turned back to CFI. Come along on my journey, flying Alaska to Florida and beyond. Next piece of very exciting news is we got ourselves a truck which can pull a trailer and an RV for us, which is awesome. And it came with this cool logo. Look at that sweet logo there. Didn't really come with it. We had to get it printed up. But we've got a truck now, which is a big, huge step. And the third piece of very exciting news is, after much and much searching, we finally have
an RV.
So this is going to be our home. It is a 2018 Grand Design 27 RL. Yes. Reflection thing. You can almost see your reflection in it because it's new and shiny. And as much as we want to give you a tour of it, first we have a much bigger project to do of
cleaning and waxing all of the surfaces on the outside.
So if any of you guys are a little bit worried about your Amazon stock kind of tanking in the last few days, don't worry, Steph and I have you covered. We basically bought all of Amazon and are trying to fit into the RV now. And I know, yeah, like facial hair is changing and all that because it's taking us days and days to do all this stuff. We haven't been recording as much as we would have liked to for you guys, but hopefully we can still kind of fill you in on the story and give you a little recap here of everything that happened the last couple of weeks and, you know, with finishing up our trip and now loading up this whole thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. I single-handedly built us a table. Yeah, don't mind him doing stuff right now. He's actually on me. But
ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. I unbuilt and rebuilt us a table correctly.
That is a lie.
And it is finally here, the big day. After, what, a week of loading and packing and building things and getting our house on wheels all set up and another week of searching for a house on wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really get much video editing done. Obviously, you're seeing this a little bit out of sequence, right? So it's November 15th. We are pulling out right now. Tonight, we are going to be in Tallahassee-ish, Florida. And all of our stops we're going to be posting up at flyatmikealpha.com/trip. You'll be able to follow along with us live where we're at. And yes, we have a ton more Alaska footage coming for you guys. Don't worry. It's amazing. All that footage from Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
I think we ended in Valdez.
It's going to be hard to beat.
Oh yeah. So Cordova's coming up next. And landing on a sandbar out there was absolutely amazing. Lots more stuff coming. We won't let you guys down. We're going to get it edited now that we have a little mobile office on wheels. In the meantime, we're going to head on up to Tampa, visit with some family on our way out of Florida, hit Cedar Key, and then once we get to Cedar Key, I think Steph can update us a little bit more on a little recap of how flying Alaska and Nevada went, and more of what is to come. So, Steph has a big announcement for you guys.
We are officially RVers!
So, we are in Cedar Key. We made it the first 2 hours out of Sarasota, basically, and we're officially RVers. It went well. There's a few weird things with the trailer we've learned already, but overall pretty good. Temperature's been dropping steadily since we left Sarasota, so...
I get to wear the sweatshirt that I lost, and then somebody had to mail, and I really missed it.
Yeah. It's soft and warm. I wore it a little bit too, actually. It's really comfortable because they mailed it to me first. So, but either way, we are going to give you a little recap of our trip from Alaska down to Nevada, which isn't much of a recap for you guys because I understand you guys haven't really seen much of it yet. You just saw the Valdez episode flying into Valdez. So, Steph, what was your favorite part of the trip as a whole?
As a whole, it's really hard to pick. But I have to say my favorite part was the trip from Cordova to Valdez and
That's the sandbar episode. It's coming. It's coming next, right after this video comes out.
Yeah, so the next episode, just so you know, was probably my favorite part. There's a lot of really good parts, so a lot to look forward to, but that was pretty amazing. And so, what do you think was the sketchiest part of the trip, John?
The sketchiest part of the trip was being in an airplane with myself. Obviously. No, I'd say, yeah, and kind of with Steph too, yeah, and the dog. But the sketchiest part of the trip was probably what you guys will see coming up shortly after the Cordova episode, flying from actually Cordova to Yakutat, and then from there on to Sitka. And the Yakutat to Sitka leg got dark, got late, got bad weather, very Valdez-ish-esque, flying around mountains and tall things with clouds and bad weather and icing, and just not super fun. So, lesson learned, maybe we'll bring some actual survival gear, some real survival gear, like dry suits would be really helpful, because if you go in that water wearing what we were wearing, you're not going to make it at all. And there's really nowhere to land. That's why people do the Alcan route, the northern route, all the way from whatever, blah, blah, through Alaska, Canada, overland, basically following the highway the whole way. But I was really happy with the coastal route. It was beautiful, but definitely sketchy, and there's definitely a couple parts in there where I basically looked at Steph and said, hey, if the engine quits right now, if we have any problems, just, full forward on the yoke. I don't want to limp away from this thing and drown. I'd rather just kind of go kind of quickly.
That's a positive note.
But that was literally how it got a couple of times there. So, and it wasn't just because Sia was barking in my ear.
With our powers combined,
yes.
We made it.
Obviously, because you're seeing this video now. So, of course, we've jumped ahead a little bit. Sorry, there's really no flying in this video. I know that's a bummer, but at least there's a little drone shot, right? That kind of helps. Tonight, we're going to be going towards Tallahassee, probably just west of Tallahassee. All right, enough talking. Let's get back on the road and go meet up with some cool people.
Sweet home Alabama. Okay, I can't sing. But here we are in Alabama.
All right, so Mike here disagrees with me on the cost of ownership of a Cessna 150, but what is the cost of ownership of a Champ?
About 3 times to 4 times what you said it would be. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I factored my Champ at a variable cost of $27 per hour. Variable. No hangar, rent, or anything included. What do you think yours is running?
Well, I did just have to do a top overhaul, and I included an ADS-B installation into that. So we're looking at about, with hanger, 155 or so an hour.
Yeah.
But as I fly it more, that number will obviously go down.
But, I mean, it's worth it, right?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Airplane ownership is always worth it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just don't tell my wife.
How much do you tell your wife it costs?
Oh, she knows how much it costs.
Oh, okay.
She knows how much it costs because she wonders why there's no money in the bank account.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a good plane. I've had to work through some issues with it, and I've just about got them all taken care of. The last thing that I'm dealing with is trying to get it rigged out just right so it'll fly completely hands off.
Oh yeah.
When I first got it, straight and level, no issues, but I had to give it a little bit of right rudder. So we've been playing with the twist in the wings, trying to get it just right. Now it flies just about hands off, but every now and then you need to lift that right wing and give it some left aileron, and it'll stay there. But it's got no wood spars. It's got the Millman aluminum spars in it. Continental 0200.
And it can be yours for what price?
It'd have to put it this way: it was on Barnstormers for $38,000 a few months ago. Before I decided it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
it's just not worth it. After I did the top, that alone was $6,000, and then another $5,500 for ADS-B.
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by the cheap prices. There's also installation, and that's going to double your cost.
Yeah. And, we need to get ADS-B compliant, or not.
Isn't there an exception for Alaska?
And per usual, Steph gets to have all the fun. She's gonna go for a ride in the awesome 100 horsepower Champ that I really want to go for a ride in.
It's been 2 weeks since I've been in an airplane and I'm going through withdrawals.
She's having flying withdrawals. So I'm gonna stay on the ground, be the responsible person, try to get some work done maybe, while she goes and has all the fun. And I'll take care of the little fluffy rat thing. So we continued on over to the Big Easy just in time for dinner. And now we have officially arrived in New Orleans, and I'm doing my very, very best to not get powdered sugar all over the camera. Steph is destroying these beignets.
It is, this is like the calorie intake for the entire week right now in this sitting.
Steph started up a little dance party inside the RV.
Girl, you be back, girl, you be
And then we got to bed on a kind of sketchy-ish neighborhood and woke up the next morning to go ahead and tour around the city and see some of the sights. And now onward to wander New Orleans some more, go find an awesome breakfast spot since Messina's at the lakefront was unfortunately closed.
For an event that we should have been invited to.
Yeah, Steph's very pretentious about that. But either way, by the time you guys see this video, we will probably be sleeping in New Orleans and then driving to Texas tomorrow. So it's November 17th.
We had our first night in an actual RV park.
Yeah, it was rather interesting to say the least.
On the east side of New Orleans.
On the east side. It kind of looked a little sketchy, maybe a little, I believe the term is ghetto.
Cause if there's one thing that she done need, it's another little hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. In the ghetto. Shh, Cartman, what?
But either way, all worked out good. We'll be there again tonight and then heading westbound.
And if we survive, then you'll see us.
Yeah, and we'll be driving on through Texas. I believe we passed through Dallas. So if you guys are in the area, hit us up on Instagram or YouTube if you guys want to grab beer or something as we're passing through. Obviously not too much beer because we still have to drive the RV.
I can drink beer.
Yeah, Steph can drink. So you guys know what to do. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you have not already. Keep up with all the adventures. Sorry there wasn't really much flying in this video, but there will be very soon to come once we get back out to Arizona and get reunited
Can't wait.
with 6'2 Delta.
Little Delta is waiting for us.
So we'll see you guys in the next one. Time to Oh my god, like it is straight up alpaca fur. That is the final product. That is what is left of Sia the dog.
See ya.
It is a Chihuahua now.
It's okay.